because we will take $25 off the price. There's no shipping on this. The shipping and handling is free as well. As I said before, it's a smart choice. It looks great. It's very, very functional. Everybody has this issue of, where am I going to plug all this stuff in? I have way too many things to plug into too few outlets, and that solves that problem. All right, another problem we're going to talk about is home phones. Many, many people out there have probably had the same home phones for the past 10, 15, 20 years, whatever.
Right.
And I know we don't use our home phones as often as we used to because of the onset of cell phones and all that stuff, but everybody out there needs a good set of home phones. I mean, your cell phone dies, then what do? How do you communicate with people? Well, this has a bunch of features that involve your cell phone that Lori will get more in depth in, but I want to tell you the offer first. So you are going to get 5 handsets and a digital answering machine. These have a feature called Link to Cell, which means your cell phone number will also ring up on these phones, which is brilliant. So they're actually connected to your cell phone number in addition to you having your regular home line. All right, but why do you need home phones? Well, as I said before, first of all, in an emergency, your phone dies. What do? Everybody needs to have a phone, right? You need to have that backup phone, or it could be your primary phone. I know my mom used her regular phone forever. She's like, listen, I got the shakes. I can't use a cell phone. I know how to use my regular phone. I love it. This also has a bunch of other really, really great features. First of all, it's backlit so you can see it at night. It has speakerphone so you can actually hit the button and everybody can talk at the same time. It has a beautiful screen. You're getting a digital answering machine, right? Which is, everybody loves to have their home answering machine. It also has the ability for you to block calls, okay? So if, I think it's up to 250 callers that maybe it's a market or whatever, and you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna answer that and I'm gonna block it. Now that caller cannot call you again. Look at the beautiful backlit screen. Nice, big numbers on the phone. Way bigger than trying to figure out the numbers on your, and the things on your cell phone. So very, very easy for that. I love this for our senior friends out there who really want to improve and get better cell phones. And if you haven't replaced your phones in 5 or 10 years, chances are the batteries have gone down to the fact where if they're not on the charger every single minute of every day, they don't work. So here's what we did. $30 off. Free shipping and handling, $24 to get it home. And remember, and this is really, really important, a lot of us out there, myself included, do not get a very good signal on their cell phone. I've got a partial block house, right? Which means cement blocks. And my signal, to be honest with you, I'm lucky if I get 1 or 2 bars every day. It sucks. The nice thing about a wired phone, you will always get a signal.
You will.
And like I said, what do you do when you lose your phone? Well, then you're out of luck for a week until you get a new phone. You're always connected.
You're always connected. And there are 3 ways to use this. So you can use this with a landline. You can use this as an extension of your cell phones throughout your household with that Link to Cell, or you can use it as a combination of those 2 ways. Real quick, I want you to see this feature. You can answer the phone with your voice. So this would have been great for your mom because she had dexterity issues.
Yep.
All you do is put a handset near that person with the dexterity issues, and they can simply answer the phone by saying, answer phone. It takes that handset closest to them, puts the call on speaker automatically, so they don't have to do a thing and they don't even have to touch the phone, so they can be totally hands-free. But let me back way up. This is Panasonic, so #1 top global brand. It says so right here on the box. Take a look. #1 global brand when it comes to home phone technologies. They're constantly innovating and adding new features. And to Guy's point, we've always had customers here at HSN purchasing home phones from us, from Panasonic. And you're right, eventually the batteries start to diminish, and eventually you want to get the new fresh features. This has all the features. So real quick, you have 5 handsets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 handsets. Plus, take a look at this keypad. This is your base station. There's a complete keypad here. So Guy, with that loudspeaker phone and the keys, this is a virtual 6th handset. So if you misplace this one, you got another one right here. So 6 basically handsets built right in. Again, 3 ways to use it: with a landline, without a landline, if you got rid of your landline years ago, or as a combination of landline and cell phone.
You know
really
what I love about it is that, like, listen, my mom was in a 2-bedroom condo. And you would think, well, what am I going to do with 5 phones? I'll tell you exactly what she would have done.
Spread them out.
1 in the kitchen. That's where the base unit would go.
Right.
1 in her bedroom. 1 in John's bedroom. She had an outdoor patio. She could put 1 there, and then you could have 1 in the living room. That's 5 phones in a little place.
Perfect.
And she would never have to say, Where's the phone? Where's the phone? Mom, there's one right next to your table as you're watching TV. Mom, there's one right next to your bed. John, there's one in your bedroom. There's one in the kitchen. You've covered the entire house. And when you think about what you pay for a cell phone, I'll give you an example. My cell phone was $1,200 for one phone. Don't get me wrong. It does a lot of stuff that this phone can't do, but it was $1,200, all right? And I had to pay, you have to pay a ridiculous fee every month to have that phone. Your regular home phones are way, way, way more affordable, and they're always there when you need them, all right? They're always there. Hey, if the power goes out, don't worry, you got your cell phone. But let me tell you, if your cell phone dies, what do you do while it's charging? Hey, I can't tell you how many times I said to my brother, bro, my phone's dying. I'll talk to you later.
I can't talk, right?
I can just pick up this and call him.
Pick up your home phone, and now you have a way to stay connected. That is huge. So let me show you that link to cell technology, because this is really cool. You can Bluetooth link, if you want to, up to 2 Bluetooth-enabled cell phones. So let me show you what's happening right here. My cell phone's ringing. So this is my iPhone that is getting a phone call. And look, every single one of the handsets on the table are all ringing. So Guy, what that simply means is I could grab any of these, literally any of them, and I can pick up the phone and I can start talking on my cell phone through my home phone.
That's magic to me.
It's magic.
You and I have been doing phones for 15 years,
magic.
at least.
Yeah.
When they finally brought that feature in, I'm like, great. Now, because a lot of people are like, I have a cell phone, but now you have a whole bunch of cell phones.
You have a whole bunch.
That you can use, so you can pick up your cell phone calls in any room that you're in without going, where's my phone? You will always have a phone there. Listen, a lot of you out there, my friends out there, are seniors, and I know, you always want to remain connected with your kids, with your grandkids, all that stuff. That's what Panasonic does. And the name Panasonic, I would imagine most of you out there, that was your first phone.
Sure.
Right? Your first portable cordless phone was a Panasonic, right? It's a great company, been around, I don't even know, for a long, long time. Oh, Kyle just told me, you know how many phones we've sold in this visit?
How many?
Altogether?
How many?
Like 9, almost 10,000.
Almost 10, yes, wow.
Guess how many I have left?
How many?
Kyle, how many I have left?
How many, Kyle?
262 sets left.
Oh my gosh, is that it?
Look at the counter. We're gonna have to put the other counter up, which is the remaining counter, but you're getting free shipping. And
this
again,
may be the last airing with that few
One
left.
of the things that I brought up earlier that I'll say again is for a cell phone in and of itself, as you get older, if you're in your 80s or even, my mom was in her 90s, a cell phone is a kind of a difficult piece of electronics to use as you get older.
Sure, yeah.
You have to have really good dexterity on a cell phone. With a regular house phone,
right?
All you got to do is pick it up and look at how big the buttons are.
Huge.
And they light up.
Everything lights up.
Orange light.
Totally glows.
So you can even make calls at night without worrying about it.
Exactly. So everything fully illuminated, that big, bright, beautiful 2-inch screen. One of the other features, and then I'm going to go back to that link to cell because it's so cool. But here's one that is really important for seniors and everybody is that call blocking. And I know you mentioned it, up to 250 names and numbers can be blocked.
My mom would get 4 of those while I was visiting her in an hour.
Yep,
hour and a half. I'd be like, oh my, and I'd be like, don't pick it up.
Don't answer it.
No.
Now, here's the thing. If a phone number comes in and you don't recognize it, you can block it before you answer. So you don't even have to deal with that person. If you happen to get on a phone call with someone, and this happened to my mom, she was she's very savvy, but she does have her moments. And somebody called and said, hey, we know a few numbers of your Social Security, but we need to get the rest from you. We're your doctor. And she went, I'm pretty sure my doctor has my Social Security number. Yeah. And so she recognized that that was not right. It gave her a funny feeling. It made her, feel a little bit off. So she tapped that call blocking button. It hangs up on that person, and they can never, ever call or get through ever again. So that's really cool. And then after the fact, so if you have a phone number come in, you can hit that caller ID button and go down to that last call and block it after. So you can block it before, during, or after that phone call, and that person can never get through again, and it even hangs up on them if they caught you on a call. So I think those features are really incredible because we all know these scammers, they're good, right? That's their day job.
Well, listen, you and I can do a public service announcement right now, and I don't care if it's your home phone or your cell phone. If you get a call on your cell phone and you don't recognize the number, do not answer it, okay? Right. Let it go to your answering machine. And then when you see it again, you can block that call.
Right.
If you get, here's another thing. If you get texted, even on your cell phone, by a bill collector, they're not allowed to do that. Don't ever open that up either.
Right.
Because those are the things that and the only reason I say that is because, listen, my mom was a senior. I get it. Don't respond to those things. Anybody that's credible, you will know who they are, or they will have a
Exactly.
better way to get in touch with you via
That's right.
email or some other contact, or they will call you. They're not going to send you messages on your cell. And if you don't know the number on your phones, your regular house phones, do not pick it up. Let it go, and then down the road you can basically cut those people out of your life, right? But with the call blocking feature. So you can see in 2023, the FTC 1.2 million robocall complaints.
Oh my gosh.
I get them. Let me just tell you, I get them on my phones 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. They target the seniors out there. They
Right.
also will target kids, because
Right.
kids are more likely to just pick up a phone and be like, yeah, what do you need? I go, and they'll swear at them or whatever. Don't do that. Protect yourself with these phones. So I just mentioned 262. Look at the clock and look at the counter. That was 103 minutes just went out.
Wow.
So these are going to sell out. And worst comes to worst. If you say, listen, I only have 3 phones in my house, so get 5 phones, and you got 2 backups if you need them.
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
Exactly.
Because the deal is so good
And
with
I think
free
you'll
shipping.
find a spot for them. I think you'll find a spot.
I don't care. Like I said, if you live in a 1-bedroom, then fine. Listen, that's fine. But anybody that has a 2-bedroom has 5 places to put it.
Of course.
Because you have a kitchen, you have an outdoor patio or a covered patio, you have bedrooms, you have a living room. There's
Right.
always heck, if you want, put one in the bathroom.
You can be
right?
fancy. Wait, listen to
mean-
this.
Text message from Dear Husband.
So, dear husband just texted me, but you know what? I didn't get the text because my cell phone was buried in the bottom of my purse, or
Yeah.
it was on the charger.
Or in your
Have
car.
you ever or in my car? Have you ever walked over to your phone after you've been busy cooking a meal in the kitchen, or maybe you're doing laundry, and you've missed 14 phone calls and 65 text messages because someone is really, really, really trying to get a hold of you? With this system, it is going to give you a notification and let you know that you have a text message and who it's from. So you can go over to your cell phone and you can look at it. The other thing you're going to love about this system, 3,000 name and number phone book. So how many times have you gone to your cell phone and tried to get the number out so you can dial it into your more comfortable home handset, because this is hot and it cooks your
3,000.
face, it cooks your head when you're talking.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I always think about that. We're going to find out years from now.
I
You probably
know.
shouldn't have held your phone that close.
Right?
I don't know if I know that many people.
You can
How
sing
many
them
people
all.
do you think you know?
I don't even know. I don't know.
I always think about that. I'm like, there's probably a definite finite number of how many people I know. Well, you're safe up to how many?
3,000 names and numbers. So take a look at
That's
this.
a lot.
These 2 phones right here are both connected via Bluetooth through a one-time pairing process. So as soon as you and your husband, or you and your bestie, or you and the kids, whatever, walk into the house, this is automatically going to connect via Bluetooth once you've already paired it. But you can transfer from your home phone, make a copy of your 3,000 names and numbers onto your from your cell phone, onto your home phones. So you don't have to sit there and look through your cell phone to get your doctor's number. It's right there already on your home
I
phones.
love the fact that
Isn't
the
that
phones
cool?
all light up when you
Yes.
have